Welcome to The Bold Book of the Day with Dr. Denise Nicholson, a show that is a central hub and safe space for authors to share their stories. The Bold Book with Dr. Denise begins now.
Welcome to Bold Book of the Day. OMG. Guess what, guys? I have one of my favorite persons on today. She is not just my cousin, but she's also my chief of operations. And she is the best ever. She has over oh my God, almost 3 decades of entrepreneurship. She was one of the owners of Golden Crust for almost 30 years, guys. And she CPA, right? You're a CPA?
No, not
Not
certified.
anymore. Not certified. But what is it called?
Just an accountant.
What's your title?
Just
She's an accountant.
Just an accountant when you're not certified.
Accountant.
But I'm very capable of doing everything that a CPA can do, except
That's
sign
right.
off certain documents.
Oh, okay. Okay. So that's probably why my guy has someone sign off on certain things for me. Okay.
Yeah, certain
I
things you
get
just
it.
can't sign off on.
Oh, okay. But she is absolutely capable. She's amazing. You can count on her to give you sound advice, especially in business. Welcome, my cousin and chief of operations, Miss Lois Williams. Yay!
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here today to talk about all of the things we're going to talk about.
Yes. So she hasn't written a book. And so you're wondering, you must be wondering, okay, she's not written a book. What is she doing on Bold Book of the Day? Well, we are just on the cusp of coming off of the Quantum Leap retreat in Africa. And we went to South Africa and Zimbabwe. And she helped to manage the entire thing. Well, not from the beginning. I wish you were there from the beginning, or else I wouldn't have got myself in so much trouble. But she managed it. The minute I saw, you know what, I'm going to need her to come with us to this trip. The minute I said, hey, cuz I'm going to need you, she was like, okay, let me just rearrange my schedule. And I love you so much for that.
I love you too. I was honored to be there. It was a great experience.
And the funny thing is, God is so good. Remember when I was planning the date? You planned it around something very special that was going on. I don't know if it was a wedding or something was happening. It was a wedding, right?
A wedding.
And you said the wedding is going to be at this date, so let me plan it around it. And I'm so grateful that you did, because we weren't quite sure if you needed to come, but you needed to come, and thank God you were available.
That wedding was really important, so I needed to be there. So and sharing that moment with my friends. These are friends that I've been friends with for the better part of 40 years. So
oh wow,
that's part of the tribe.
Yeah,
that's my village. So very important part of my village.
And look at God, you were able to be there for your friend and be there for your best good cousin.
Yeah, well, yes. Don't let Karen hear that part though.
Listen, Karen, take notes. I'm the best good cousin. I didn't say I was the favorite. Maybe you're the favorite, but I'm the best good cousin. So she's also going to recommend a book today, and that's of her choice. So she still is going to pick an author. And so you will not be cheated. You will get a bold book for today. So thank you all for joining us. And we are going to talk a little bit about the Quantum Leap Retreat. Tell me, what was your favorite part of the Quantum Leap Retreat, Lois?
My favorite part of the Quantum Leap Retreat was actually being in the safari and taking my shoes off and just being one with the earth. It just felt so different. Landing in South Africa felt different from any other landing that I've done in any other country, including Jamaica, which is my parents' country. It just felt different. So being in that safari with the animals that are just doing their daily routine, not feeling afraid to be there and just being one with the earth and experiencing it with the other quantum leapers. It was just an amazing experience.
I really enjoyed when we got grounded and took off our shoes and started walking. And I think that was one of the group members' idea, Shantae. She was like,
Yeah,
she took off her shoes first, and
right.
boy, it really grounded me. I got emotional over there. Maybe because it was the river, the sun, it was early morning, it was the beautiful sunrise. It was just so many elements of wonderful one, like what God is, all of the things that God is, just amazing, magnificent God. That was
Yeah,
very special moment being by that was the Zambezi River we were by,
right. Absolutely.
right at the foot of the Zambezi River.
I can say I was there.
Yes.
I
And
can
somebody
say I
said,
was,
"Can I put my foot in the water?"
if they were willing to risk falling in, then they probably could. But yeah, I'm sure if they were, risque. I wasn't that risque, but
The guide said, there are alligators in that water, so I
oh,
wouldn't risk
definitely, I
it.
wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah. And
Alligators. I'm glad you didn't tell me then.
did you see how close the elephant came to us? I don't know
Oh
if you
yeah,
were. Oh my
the
goodness.
elephants, the giraffes,
Yeah.
the elephant just walking across in front of the vehicle.
Right in front of us. Yes.
That was amazing.
That was heavenly. That was heavenly. You could just reach out and almost, like, look how close he is. And the guide explained to us that that's a curious teenager. He was
Oh, the
saying,
elephant.
yeah, the elephant is just a curious teenager. He was like, the the more experienced and wise elephant and the elders, they would never dare do that because they can sense that that's different and that may be dangerous, and they're not going that way.
Oh, okay.
But the young one, he was like, let me go see what's going on over here. He was so close.
Well, I guess our guy didn't share that with us, but you were in a different vehicle. But he was very informative. But he kind of sort of knew that the elephant was going to cross the road, so he stopped.
Yes, and gave him that opportunity to just go
Yeah,
right across. That was
yeah.
beautiful. It was good to have those experienced guys. My guide was very experienced. He was so knowledgeable, and he explained the education that he had to go through in order to get this kind of job.
Hmm.
Did they talk about that in your vehicle?
Well, he didn't. He talked about being somewhat like a ranger, but not quite a ranger.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a lot that they have to study. They have to study how the animals move. They have to study how to interact with the animals if you have an interaction with the animals
Yeah.
for safety purposes. So yeah, he they had to go through quite a bit of training. Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes.
God.
Yeah. And he was able to. He's a good teacher. Our guide in our truck. There were 2 truckloads of us guys that were in Zimbabwe, and that was on this quantum leap trip. And he was pretty knowledgeable, and he was able to teach. He was a good teacher, I thought. Now, I did have him up because your guide made sure that you guys had these beautiful blankets, and our guide said, "Oh, it slipped in." Uh, uh,
Well,
excuse me.
because our guide was thinking about his passengers, knowing that in the early morning would have been really, really cool,
Oh my
and
goodness.
and not just the coolness of the morning, but the wind as he's driving. So it's an open vehicle, so of course
Yes.
you have that wind. So yeah, we were prepared.
Guys, did you hear
We
that? We were
prepared.
in an open vehicle in the safari, in the open
Yeah.
land. And what did you see? Because I saw so many different animals, but share with us, what did you see?
I saw something that looks like a goat, but what is it called again?
The, like a goat? I know.
It's like a ram, but it's not. I can't remember what he called it, but we saw that. We saw giraffes like up close and personal, the elephant up close and personal, some hogs up close and personal.
Warthogs, yes.
Right, the warthogs.
And
We
we
didn't.
saw the mangoose.
Oh, I didn't see a mongoose.
You didn't see the mongoose?
I didn't see the
Oh,
mongoose.
you know what? The mongoose ran on the side. They were behind me, and then they ran on the side. So we have pictures. I'll post those pictures today. Let me write it. I will have to write me a note. Post the pictures of the mongoose, and I'll post the elephants and the giraffes today, and the zebra. Did you get a picture of the zebra?
I don't. I'm not sure if I got pictures of the zebras because sometimes the pictures, the animals were behind the bushes, so it would be a little
Yes,
difficult to get a good picture. But
yes.
maybe somebody from the vehicle might have gotten one. So hopefully,
Ibuski is in the house. Did you get a picture of the zebra, Ibuski? So I'm going to look for that because I know remember seeing the zebra. It was just he wasn't too far off, but I got a good glimpse of him. But I don't know if my husband got a picture of him. He was the one taking the pictures, and it was beautiful. It was just spectacular. Was the word.
yeah,
This
something.
entire trip was spectacular.
Yeah, the entire trip was. I tell you, you just have to go there to experience what we experienced. The way, at least I felt. Like I've said, I've traveled to at least 31 countries in this
Mm-hmm.
land in South Africa. Felt way different. Felt like there was a connection with the ancestors. You know, the minute I hit the ground, and it was just a beautiful feeling,
It's
um,
true.
indescribable. Yeah.
Indescribable. Now, I know the safari was a favorite, but when I asked I took my grandchildren too, guys, and when I asked my grandson what was the highlight of the trip for you, the highlight of the trip for him was Victoria Falls. How was Victoria Falls for you?
Victoria Falls, like the only other fall that I've been to that was as grand as Victoria Falls was Niagara Falls, and that's many, many years ago. But it
Mm-hmm.
seems like Victoria Falls kind of made Niagara Falls have to take a back seat fast. It was
Victoria
really
Falls is
point.
gorgeous. Oh,
It was so it was so long. I've never seen a fall that long, you know.
yes.
And then when the closer you got to the most furthest point where you could look, it seems like that's where the rainforest was like really rampant because there was a
Yes.
lot of water coming down. So those rain jackets really
Okay.
came in handy.
Oh wow. You know what was spectacular? How the fall was rushing and just flowing and heavy, and it still had a beautiful sound, a soothing sound.
Yeah, the
And
water.
then yeah, and then I remember seeing the fall and then a rainbow. Did you see that rainbow that was
Yeah, I
just
made sure
right? You got a
I
picture of
got a
that?
picture. I got a picture with the rainbow behind me. Yeah, so it was just amazing to see that rainbow, part of nature, um, just showing itself up. You know, it meant good things. Usually, when you see a rainbow, you it means good things. So the
Yes,
fall was
yes.
it was one of the wonders of the world, and I was happy to have you know gotten to
Yes, it's
it.
one of the seven natural wonders of the world. And we were right there
Yes, we were right there.
in the middle of God's creation and God's wonder.
Yes, definitely.
God was
Well,
doing some showing off
he
over there.
was. Was,
I feel like he
was,
was.
was. I tell you, it's just beautiful. Even when we were in just on our way to the hotel in Zimbabwe, just
Hmm.
seeing the animals walking up and down the road as if you know it was just the natural thing for them to do, which it was. So here in
Yes.
America, we're just used to seeing maybe a dog or a cat on a leash. Well, maybe not a cat on a leash, but a dog on a leash, and
Hmm.
you know, animals like that, dogs and
Yeah.
cats in the streets. Nothing
Yes.
more. Maybe a snake here and again. You see somebody, crazy enough to have a snake, but to,
Yes.
to know that um, lions roam the streets at will, the elephants roam the streets, the buffalo roam the streets.
That's scary.
It was a little scary, but that's
because
how they live.
because when we went to the Obama dinner, I saw the buffaloes just out there in the wild, just like that.
Well, they weren't in the wild; they were in their habitat.
Oh, excuse
we
me,
were
they were in
we were
their habitat.
cohabitating with them in their habitat. So the things that we learn about these animals is that they're vicious, don't approach them. That's in our school books. But when
Yes,
you go and you speak to the people and understand how they live with them, it's a whole different story from the storyline that's in the school books.
yes.
So sometimes you have to go places and really see for yourself how
Mm.
the natural order of life actually works out for them. And
What was your?
go
Sorry,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, it's okay.
I would say, considering all of the things that we saw and learned, the people we met, people, what was your biggest takeaway from this trip?
Um, that South Africa or Africa in general is not
Mm-hmm.
Africa that they show us, in the news. It's not about the famine. It's not about um, poverty. There's a rich part of Africa. We were on the richest mile in the whole continent, which was
Mm-hmm.
in Johannesburg, where the last hotel that we stayed at was
Mm-hmm. Santon City, or I think it's called
yeah, yes,
Santon. Mm-hmm.
yes, that's what it is. And
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of wealth in Africa, as we all know.
Yes,
But you actually have to go places to know exactly what it's like, because the things that they teach us are the things that they want to teach us. Not necessarily as they actually are.
it's true. You know, that it dawned on me too while I was there this time that you really need to travel. You need to see things from a different perspective. You need to look at the world, because a lot of times, even when you are working with people from different cultures and different race, you still don't understand them, ec- unless you start to get to know them. You start talking to them more. And so when you step foot into someone else's place, into another country, that is also an opportunity for you to continue learning about the people that's there that you're visiting, learning about them, and learn about their cultures, and learn about their traditions, and learning how they live, you know, and how they feel about how because we get a single story, and
Mhm.
not look at the whole picture. So when you get in there, when you travel, it's a really great thing, and it gives you a different perspective, and it gives you a more open mind. And I feel like I came back with a better understanding of myself and my people.
I, you know what? I feel the same way. I
Mm-hmm.
feel the same way. I feel like this is the first time I've actually thought about going back to a
Mm-hmm.
country so soon. So next year, I'm definitely taking a group of people back to explore more South Africa, because I feel like the 10 days that we were there was just not enough time.
But look, we can go as frequently as every year. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we could do that. We could do that for
Yeah.
there's
You can
so
go
much.
as frequently as every year, because we live in this global community, and once they open up the pathways and give us the opportunity to just go anywhere. Look at how Niger and other African countries are saying we're going to open up our borders, and so people don't have to wait to be interviewed to get a visa to now start to travel across different countries in Africa. That's beautiful.
It is.
We need that. We need more of that. So I'm excited for Africa. I'm excited that I have the opportunity to go. And if you guys want to go, Lois is taking another group there next year, and I'm taking a group there again. I can't say for sure when next year, but I will. I've gotten so many great feedback that I'm excited for the next trip. Maybe I'll come. Maybe we'll combine our trips, Lois.
That's definitely possible to combine,
Y-
make it one
y-
trip.
Yeah, instead of going when you go and then going when I go, maybe we'll talk about that
Yeah, we
definitely.
will definitely work that out.
Yeah, and the importance of travel and working on yourselves, because we didn't just travel just to explore. We also traveled to do some self-development work. And earlier this week I spoke to Sharissa Monroe Wilborn about self-development and the importance of retreats, how just going on a retreat and finding a tribe that can hold space for you, that you know is a safe place, and you know there's no judgment, and you know you can just be yourself without repercussions. That's the tribe you need. That's a place where you can start to excavate and dig deep and learn more about what's hidden, what's causing the triggers in your life. Maybe you don't even realize that you have triggers. And so it's important to find a tribe and just retreat. Just
Yeah.
retreat. So, yeah, we're going to make an announcement about our next retreat. I think next week. Yes, next week. And so I'm excited about that too, because this place is another place where you can learn and go deep within yourself and learn from the people that are known to help you focus and find zen. If I
Yeah.
didn't give it away then.
Your spirituality, yeah. There's a lot
Yes.
in there, definitely. And you know what?
Yes.
We were also fortunate because there was a group of 22 of us, right? And
Mm-hmm.
everybody got along. Everybody, you became family instantly, you know.
Yes.
So that was important to know that you're with a group of people who are like-minded. You're on the same mission. There's no competition. It's all about finding peace within yourself, um, finding breakthroughs, and just being able to move forward from the place that you've been stuck in for a while. So that was,
Yes.
you know, good, for a lot of people, especially
Yes.
Asen, who said he had his breakthrough the first day. He had his quantum leap the first day. He made
Oh,
the most
yes.
out of quantum leap. I think one
Yes.
of the keys to
Yes.
make the most out of it.
You see why it's so important. Because you would never think that a guy would find a place with amongst, because there weren't a lot of there were about 3 or 4 men in the group.
There were 4 men in the
Yeah, 4 men in the group, and he
well,
still
5, including Noah.
counting Noah. That's right.
5,
My baby
including
was
Noah.
there. Yes, my grandbaby was there. And he still found, a place. He still thought of us as a tribe, a safe place. And I love that. It's beautiful. Yes. Ibuski's in the house.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's also one of the things that I want the viewer to hear, or the listener to hear, that you can go to a retreat on your own. You don't have to go with a girlfriend, you don't have to go with family. You can go to a retreat on your own and find family. Look at Olivia and
Fumi.
and Fumi. Olivia and
Hmm.
Fumi were like sisters. Like they look like they knew each other forever.
Right, and they
Look,
just
and they just met. Look at Jackie and
and
Teresa.
Teresa,
They were twinning every
the twin.
day.
Yeah, wow,
They
that was
just
amazing.
met.
Yeah,
There were so many people that came together that was so loving, and it was the people for me. Let me tell you, it was the people for me. This trip was awesome, but it was amazing because of the wonderful people that God put in my space. And I feel so blessed and so lucky to have these people be a part of my tribe. Thank you guys. Thank you, Abuski.
and it was all a no judgment zone. So continuous
Yeah.
no judgment zone, and that was important for people to know that
Yeah.
whatever you said or did, you were not going to be judged for it. Because we're all here for one purpose, and that's to find our purpose. You
Yes.
know, so no judgment zone. That was important.
And so many people found a purpose while they were there. They were like, oh my God, there's so much I could be doing. this is your motherland. And yes, there, there's so much that you can do. You can give, you don't have to give back because you're not from there. So you can say, you know what? I'm not giving back. I'm giving to this land. I'm giving
Mm-hmm.
to this land because you may not feel like it gave you anything, but trust me, if you know what I know, you can look deep and start to see all the little things that add up just didn't come your way just because
Right.
it's because God made everything work together for your good.
That was the order, right? That's the
Yes.
when it said he's ordering your steps, he's ordering your steps. He's ordering all of our steps. So
Yes.
for all of us to be there, all that group of people were supposed to be there together,
Yes.
experience South Africa together. So hopefully the next group, if anybody else is listening that's interested in going, to South Africa with us next year.
What are the dates that you have?
Well, I don't have any dates, but I'm looking in the month of September.
Okay, so once we have the dates, guys, guess what? We're going to post it and start sharing it, because especially to the people that have reached out and said, hey, how dare you go to the motherland without me? Or you've left messages like, I want to go the next time. What we will reach out to you and send you the information so that you can start to plan. You'll have at least a year to plan. Yeah.
Well, at least 11 months.
Well,
At least,
September is next month, so they'll get you'll have a whole lot of time to plan, to be there, to experience what we thought was just more than magical. I thought it was spiritual.
yeah, you have to go to feel it for yourself.
Yes.
You have to
Yes.
feel it for yourself. And, speaking to different people, some people have heard the same things that I've said in terms of like, it's the connection. It's just indescribable what the connection is.
Mm-hmm.
And they've heard it from other people that have visited. So if you want to go to South Africa, everyone, it was not on the list of places to go for me next year, but
Yes.
I had to put it on the list of places to go back to next year. That's like immediately right after our
Yes. Yes.
2024 quantum.
That's
So
how deep it was.
yeah,
Okay. That's how the connection was so strong and deep. And we really, we really had a blessed time. God was in charge the entire time there.
yes, he was.
He
He
was doing
was.
his work.
He
Hmm.
was. So what was your highlight of the trip?
I really enjoyed the Bama dinner. Zimbabwe. I think
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe was the highlight of the trip for me because it was more of the culture. When in South Africa, it's so modern. It reminds me of New York City.
Mm-hmm.
Johannesburg is just New York, like the Bronx
Westchester
and
early.
Westchester-ish. And then
And
Cape Town
mm,
was just like you're in Boston. Cape
yeah,
Town really reminded me of Boston. It was so well developed and modern. And so I had a wonderful experience at the Cape of Good Hope.
mm,
I came off the bus, as I may have told you, I was freezing cold. Guys, they told us that it was going to be a mild winter and that all you need was sweaters or light jacket. Honey, we people were in their down coats and fur
boot.
boots. Okay? It was cold. It was snowing in a town nearby. Okay? So it was freezing. So anyway, I came off the bus and it was freezing cold. And but it looked so inviting. The water's rushing in on the rocks and beating the rocks, and it looked so inviting. So I got off the bus and started exploring. This is when we were at the Cape of Good Hope, which is the most
Southern
southwestern tip of South
of
Africa.
Africa, right? Of
Of
Africa,
yeah, of the entire Africa or just South
the
Africa?
entire continent.
Oh my
It's that
God!
little that
You see,
if
it's
you
that
can
little
imagine,
hook.
right? If you can just envision the shape of Africa, it's that
Yes,
little point that looks like the peninsula of Florida.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a picture of that and show people where we were, because someone bought a little souvenir that says with the arrows says right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to post a picture of that also. Picture of the where I'm talking about. So anyway, I came off the bus and I was feeling real cold and started walking around and exploring. And as I was walking around and exploring, an overwhelming feeling came over me, and I started to feel gratitude, like I am here on this land where my foreparents is from, this continent, and they may not have come from that very land, but because that was a port of exchange, of bringing in goods and all kinds of things, I was thinking deeper, and I was thinking, my foreparents could have been stopped here. It could have been a place. It just was really overwhelming for me, and I felt a sense of gratitude that I was there on my own free will.
Mm.
I was there in a different time, and I felt gratitude. I felt grateful that I was born in this era, and that I get the opportunity to go back, and not just go back. I was with my husband and my grandchildren. That really touched me while I was
And your
there.
favorite
So,
cousin.
and my favorite cousin in the house. And so that was a really touching moment for me. And then when I was at Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe, I got another special feeling. I felt that God was just magnificent and marvelous. And this is a spectacular show that he's putting down. And I just thought, how sweet, oh God, I serve, because he's so creative and so loving and so kind to have granted me the opportunity to be there. And I felt really grateful again. I just had a bunch of opportunities when I was there. I just felt so grateful. Gratitude was just the theme for me. I just kept getting feelings of gratitude. And there were times when some things weren't going so right for me, and it brought me back to those times when I was feeling grateful, and I had to just focus on the gratitude in order to come out of what I was going through in a positive light. So it was all in all a very positive experience, and overwhelmingly an experience that I can say brought more gratitude, taught me to have more gratitude, and showed me how lucky and blessed I am to be here in this era, in this time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a lot, you know, but you have to go and experience it yourself, you know.
It's true.
We can talk about it and talk about our own experiences, but until you get there, you'll be
Yeah.
able to identify exactly what we're talking about.
Oh, wait. You know what felt good too? The Bama dinner. When I got
Oh,
off the bus, the welcoming songs, the dance, that just made me very
tribal
tearful.
marks that they gave every
Yes, they gave us, yes,
the
yes.
women that got the 4 dots and the men got the like wave 11.
Warrior Wade.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Yeah. And that, even though Noelle said that Cape Town was the highlight of the trip for her when I asked her, I think that I saw that she was a different girl when we were in Zimbabwe. She was enjoying herself. It was warmer over there,
Mhm.
and she looked like she had way more fun. But when we were at the Bama dinner, she got so excited. She wanted to go to see the art, the artwork. They had artwork right as soon as you entered, and then she wanted to do the 360 video. She wanted to do everything. She ate so much. My baby don't eat that much. My granddaughter don't eat that much, and she's very picky. But that day, that night, homegirl
Was
was
eating.
eating everything. She was like, "I'll try that. I'll try that." Grandma, what is that? I said, try it. She was like, no, I don't know if I'll try that. And then I was like, it's just fried dumpling. She was like, what? Fried dumpling? Give it to me. Yeah. So she enjoyed that day a lot. And it was
Yeah.
good to witness her enjoying herself like that.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Noelle, she was Yeah, yeah, I think I can agree. Zimbabwe, she seemed like she opened up a lot more when it came
Yes.
to eating because she is really, really picky, you know.
Yeah.
So
Also, I she was counting down the days to go back home. So she could have been excited because she was like, okay, I'm closer to going home.
see
She
her
was like,
parents.
She was like, what day is this? Is this day 8? In 10 days we go home. Okay, so this is day 8. I'm closer to going home to see my mom and dad.
Yeah, she was just missing them. Not that she wasn't having a good time. She was just missing her parents. All it was.
Yes, she's pretty young, so she was missing her mommy and daddy. Anyway, thank you so much for coming and sharing. Please tell us, what is your book of the day?
My book of the day is
Yes.
Giving Grace. It is a collection of stories. So by Kanika Hewitt. This is my book of the
Yes.
day.
So guys, now your responsibility is to go out there and get this book. The It's the bold book of the day. It's called Giving Grace by Kanika Hewitt, and she's a family member. She's a cousin, so y'all got to go out there and support. And if you have any questions, you can always email author dnicholson@gmail.com. Now, before you go, I have some questions that I always ask before each person that come up here. And that's probably because I am so nosy that I'm trying to see what you guys have to do, what you have planned for the future. But it's also because I want you to get an opportunity to share with everyone what you have in store. So the first question is, what is one bold move that you are planning to make in the future?
A bold move that I'm planning to make in the future.
Mm-hmm.
How near future?
And well, you tell us, because it could be very soon and it could
Hmm.
be next year.
I think it's just to take a leap of faith with this whole travel. I love to travel,
Uh-huh.
and it's one of my places. Whenever I'm somewhere other than home, I love to come back home. Don't get me wrong, but I love
Yes.
to explore and visit other countries and experience other cultures and people and the food. Even though I'm a picky eater, but
Yes.
to take on the travel as more of a job than a hobby. That
Yes.
that's
Oh.
my bold moves that I'm planning to do.
Okay. And I have another question. I have two more. What is a bold statement you can share with your audience that you know will cause a paradigm shift?
Wow, that's a loaded question right there. A bold statement.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would say a bold statement that could cause a paradigm shift is, just don't wait, just do it right now. You know,
Mm.
just don't wait, do it right now. Because
Yes.
we all know that our next moment is not promised to us. Never live with
Yes.
regret for the shouldas or wouldas. You know, never live with that. So whatever it is you want to do, just do it right now. You know.
I agree. Yep. I heard it. I don't remember who I heard said it, but I've heard that procrastination is the assassination of your destination. So don't procrastinate.
Yep. Just do it right now.
Do it now.
Do it
One
right.
more question.
All right.
Do it now. What is one bold promise that you can share with the world that you know will help them live a better life?
A
A
bold
bold
promise that
promise.
I could share with the world that I
That
know
will help.
would have a better life.
That will help them live a better life. Yeah.
Every yes is not good, and every no is not bad.
Ooh, I love it. I love that was a good one. That was a
Every
good one.
yes
Every no is not bad.
and every yes is not good.
And every yes is not good. That's
Hmm.
right. I like that one. Thank you so much for sharing. And
You're
please
so welcome.
come back again. I know you have plans
I'll
to
be
write
back.
your own book. Yes. And when you come, you'll be sharing your book as the bold book of the day.
Yes, I will. I will share my book. But for now, again, Kanika Hewitt, she's family, giving grace.
Yes. And you can get it on Amazon. Just look for Giving Grace, and her name is Kanika Hewitt,
Kay Hewitt.
Hewitt.
Yeah.
K Hewitt. Yes.
Yep.
Now, where can the audience connect with you?
Oh wow. Well, well, I'm on Facebook, Lois A. Williams. I'm on Instagram as Lois Williams 007. There's a little mystery to that, but that's why I'm on TikTok. I don't remember that handle, but I could always give it to you so you can post it if they really want to connect with me, or they can just email me at candyappletravel@gmail.com.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much. And if you are interested in writing your book, you can always email me at authordnicholson@gmail.com. Every story needs to be shared, passed on from one generation to the next, so that we can share our experiences and the lessons that we've learned so that we can help the next generation. So, whatever you've learned, whatever lessons you've learned from your experiences, it's time to share. Now is the time. The perfect time is now. So send me an email, authordnicholson@gmail.com, and follow me on Instagram as author Denise Nicholson. See you guys next week when we come up with the next bold book of the day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us for the Bold Book of the Day with Dr. Denise Nicholson, a central hub and a safe space for authors to share their stories. Follow Dr. Denise on Facebook and Instagram at Denise Nicholson, or go to denisenicholson.com. Remember, no one can share your story better than you.